be fantastic. And lots of hellos rolling in. Great, fantastic. Good to have you guys with us. Good stuff. Cool. So we are going to dive in immediately. We're just going to get right into it. And the first thing I want to do is just spend a minute here just sharing a little bit about our background. If you're going to be on the call with us for an hour, I think it's important that you know a little bit about who's talking to you. So my name is Aidan Booth. That's a picture of me on the left of your screen there. I grew up on a sheep and beef farm in rural New Zealand, and I live in Buenos Aires, Argentina nowadays. I've got 2 young kids, 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I started selling, or building, I should say, building my online business back in 2005. And I did that because I was looking at a way where I could have geographic freedom. For me, back then, it wasn't even about needing, to earn huge amounts of money. I just needed to earn enough to be able to have geographic freedom. My wife is from Argentina. I met her on a ski trip, way back in 2003. And shortly after that, I was, scouring different opportunities, trying to find something that would give me that geographic freedom. And here we are, all those years later, my online business is thriving, and we get a real kick out of teaching people. So Steve, I know that you come from a completely different background, so why don't you share your background, test out your audio, and then we'll be good to dive in, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely have quite a different background. I certainly didn't grow up on a sheep and beef farm, that's for sure. I grew up right outside of Manhattan, so it was quite a different experience. And I'm also on my second career, depending on how you sort of count things. So I spent a good 18 years-ish in corporate America. I was a chief information officer for a public company, and I ended my corporate career as a VP for a Fortune 500 company. And, as you might imagine, being a vice president for a Fortune 500 company comes with some nice perks. I was pretty well paid, a bit of a golden handcuff situation because I was freaking miserable. And I just was never happy. I really had always wanted to go do my own thing. A frustrated entrepreneur, frustrated sales and marketing guy. I wanted to run my own company, period. And I knew I wasn't going to be happy. And I also was very frustrated at the lack of, Aidan talked about geographic freedom, both geographic and time freedom. Yes, I was paid well, but I didn't have the freedom to go do the things that I wanted to do to make my life complete. So I did take a huge risk. I had young kids. I had big mortgage. I had a high burn rate, as we used to say. And I started to build online businesses, became a serial entrepreneur, and it's been 15 years. And I kind of like to say that, I haven't had to have a real job since. It's been an amazing journey. And my hope and dream is that I can take you guys on a similar journey. If I could do something like that, that'd be fantastic.
So, like I said, I think it's important that you know that we've been around the block a few times. We've got over 30 years of combined experience. We've seen what works and what doesn't work, fads, things that have come and gone over the years, and we've helped thousands of students build businesses online. And everything that we're talking about here today is none of it's theoretical. It's not based on theory. Everything that we're sharing with you is real in the trenches strategy that we use on a daily basis in our business. So just a quick checklist before we go any further. Make sure you're logged out of social media. Make sure your phone is not going to distract you. Get comfortable. And if you're ready to unlock the secrets, if you're ready for us to just share all the details, type "I'm ready" in the question box, and with that, we will be away. So I want at least half the people to come in and just type "I'm ready" in there. I want you to be ready. I want you to be pumped up just like we are, because what we're about to share has never really been shared in the way that we're doing it before. So you are in for a treat here. Once you're ready, okay, lots of people are saying they're ready. And I should add, by the way, that we have got a few of our team here in the background. We are going to be answering your questions throughout. If you've got a question, if you don't understand something, just type it in the question box. We're here to help. This is 100% live, and so make sure you use the question box to get the full value out of this workshop. Here's what we're talking about today. A breakthrough system, a quantum leap forward selling physical products online, and how we've used it to generate $1.18 million in the space of 30 days. The secret toolbox we're using to run the system to make thousands of dollars per day, day after day after day, just like clockwork, and astonishing results. This is no longer a game of chance. You can control absolutely everything. You'll see what I mean by that in just a second. and it works fast. One of the common themes here is speed. Speed and scale, we're going to be talking about them a lot throughout the workshop because this is really what's at stake. $76,993 on one store in just 24 hours, $1.18 million in a single month. This is what's at stake. And it's not just us who are getting these kind of results. You're going to actually see a tester website a little bit later on, real case studies that show that newbies with no prior experience can get this to work. A simple site run by a tester which generated $140,000 in sales, something that took less than an hour to set up. You're going to see the results live. You'll see the products we're selling. You'll see the products our testers are selling. And I think it's going to be a real eye-opener for you. Huge student proof, people with no previous experience who've come in and earned to the tune of $128,000 in a single month. Amazing earnings, incredible successes, and we've had lots of people that have worked with us and achieved these kinds of results. One of the other big themes is that with what we're doing here, the obstacles have been well and truly eliminated. That means we're not dealing with Amazon. We've got no reliance on Amazon. We're not dealing with Facebook. We don't have to worry about paid ads. We do not buy inventory up front. We're not putting hundreds or thousands of dollars down for inventory. We don't have to worry about dealing with China, importing, or anything like that. All of the most common hurdles have been completely obliterated. This is very different, I can guarantee, to anything that you would have seen before, and you can use it to create an immediate positive cash flow. You're going to see just how fast this is as we progress here, and it can all be done using 4 simple steps, which Steve is going to get to in just a moment. Now, at the end of the workshop, we have a free gift worth $297 for everyone, so stick around until the very end. This is a unique opportunity, not just to hear how this system works, but to ask us questions. Now, if we don't get to your question, don't fret. It's just that we've got a huge number of people on the workshop here. We will do our best, and like I say, stick around until the very end to see how all of this works and to get the free gift. Steve, I can see your screen now. If you want to take it away, I'll be sitting in the back here answering some questions. And I think you're still on mute for the time being, but your slides are looking good.
I am still on mute. Boy, I tell you, as many times as I've done this, you'd think I wouldn't screw that up. Okay, so I've got a ton to talk about, and I'm going to go faster than I normally do. Sometimes I get yelled at for going too slow. Sometimes I get yelled at for going too fast. I'm trying to do the best I can. But I have a lot to get through. Look, it's 2020. Amazingly, we are here in 2020. I cannot believe how fast that happened. But Aiden also pointed out to me the other day, he goes, dude, in a couple days, like 10% of 2020 is gone. For God's sakes, we got to start moving here, right? I mean, I'm sure that everybody who's listening to the sound of my voice here is interested, I think, in building their own business or expanding a business they already have. But probably most of you are looking to build a business for the first time. And, there are lots of different business models. I would suggest that these are probably the most popular that people consider as either beginners or expanding, from one other business model. I don't even have to ask. I'm certain that if you haven't tried some of these business models, you at least know what I'm talking about. And it's no coincidence that 3 of these are variations, or 2 of these are variations on e-commerce, and there are other variations. But you've got Amazon FBA or private label or whatever you want to call it, where you're actually manufacturing a product yourself and selling it on Amazon. You got Amazon wholesale, where you're buying other people's products at a certain price, you're marking them up, selling them on Amazon. Affiliate marketing, where you're handling the whole advertising, sales funnel and channels for someone else's product and earning commissions. And then maybe selling information products, where you're designing something like, hey, how to lose weight on the keto diet or whatever it is. And you build out a whole information product and you sell that. So those are probably some of the most popular models for people to get started for lots of different reasons. And look, I'm not here to suggest that, these models suck. Because we love them. We pretty much do every single business model, and we have for more than a decade, that you can think of online. We do it. Maybe Kindle we don't do so much of anymore, but we even still do a little bit of that. So these models are near and dear to my heart. They can produce huge profits. We do 7 figures in all of them. However, the problem is, well, to take a step back, we've been teaching people how to build their online businesses for more than a decade. We've taught tens of thousands of people. And if we could pick one thing that messes with people's success, that gets in the way of people being successful, it would be the failure to see results fast. And the bottom line is that prior to what we're talking about today, all of these models and the many others that we could cite, there are a lot of obstacles that get in the way, and they end up making things notoriously difficult to the point where they can take months for effort to materialize into results, into some version of success. And if people don't see things fast, if they don't see these results very quickly, they are apt to give up, okay, or get discouraged or think it doesn't work. All right. Again, it's not that it doesn't work. It's just that there's complications. Like, for example, with Amazon FBA or private label, it takes a long time to identify what product you want to build, to figure out what the specifications of that product are, to figure out where you can get it manufactured, to deal with those suppliers overseas, to get some samples, to figure out what your branding is going to be, and then you got to order, thousands of units potentially up front, and then maybe you got to wait 60, 90 days while it travels to you by sea. Then you finally get it on Amazon, blah, blah, blah. The bottom line is the big downside to Amazon FBA is cash flow. You got to put a lot of cash up front, and it takes a long time to get the cash back, okay? And there's a lot of risk inherent to that. If you look at Amazon wholesale, it sort of corrects that biggest problem where the cash flow is a lot faster, and you can start with a lot less money, there's a lot less risk. However, the problem is that people get turned off and obstacles get thrown in their way about the legal side of setting up companies and getting certificates and licenses. And if you're outside the country, trying to navigate through that and get a bank account, and then how to get a reseller certificate, and all this kind of crap gets in the way. And then for both of these models, what we're seeing is, it's a topic for another day. I do think within the next couple of years, there'll be a reckoning within the Amazon ecosystem. But for now, Amazon is trying to get as much blood as they possibly can from us poor, independent sellers. They're going to wake up and realize and understand soon that more than 60% of their sales volume is from people like us. But for now, the Amazon fees are ridiculously high. The competition is crazy, and the ability to get traffic there is starting to become, very problematic. Affiliate marketing takes care of a lot of the problems, but there's a lot of failure rate with finding the right product. You got to sort of kiss a lot of frogs, before you find your prince, and that's a problem, because again, you run into this: we're not making results fast enough. We're not seeing quick results. Maybe the fourth one I try was going to be the winner, but I quit after the second, for crying out loud. That's a familiar topic that we see. And while affiliate marketing can be a great place to start, again, it was the first thing I ever did. We still make money at this. At the end of the day, you're still building someone else's business, right? Because you're running advertising and sales funnels and everything for someone else's product, okay? Then you got information products, and they have some similar types of problems with being time consuming and cash flow, because you usually have to put up a lot of cash up front in order to build the training program and look, just take the training program we're talking about here today. We've spent a year working on this without any compensation for that, and so much money down to staff and software and sales and marketing material and other resources. It's a big freaking deal to do that, right? And all of those conspire against you to, not get those fast results. Now, again, these are great business models. These obstacles can be overcome, all right? And we certainly have. But there's also this one thing that's gotten worse and worse and worse in the last, I would say, 2 years. And it's the make or break factor for not only all of these models, for absolutely every model, and that's traffic, right? That's something that every single online business model has in common. You've heard this before. I don't care how good your business is, how good your product is, how good your sales and marketing is. If you don't have traffic, you have nothing, right? So if we look at the big guys, and it's pretty hard to build a business without carving out some traffic from one of these sources. In fact, I would argue it's probably impossible, okay? We live in a very interesting time as marketers. There has never been such a crazy opportunity to get this amount of traffic. And not only this amount of traffic, but at a good price and incredibly targeted. And it's the commercial intent of the traffic is off the charts. However, we are quickly coming to the point where we're paying a huge price for that. Not in the money for the traffic necessarily, but in complexity. I'm going to talk about this in a little while, but the amount of knowledge and experience that you have to extract the best experience and the best traffic successes from these platforms is daunting. And I would argue is an insurmountable obstacle at this point for most beginners. And so that's pretty sobering, right? Because we can get through the other obstacles, even if we sort of stipulate that we're not gonna see quick results. We can eventually get through the other obstacles, but these might actually be insurmountable for beginners at this point. And then you got these other traffic sources, and these are great, and they are a little bit easier to deal with. There's less complexity, but it's very difficult for these to be the foundation of a business. You really need something from this list, and then this is gravy on top. So it doesn't really solve our problem, right? So I guarantee you that anybody who has tried to get good traffic, even during the time when it was easier, right? So take 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever it is, I guarantee that you've struggled, because it's always a struggle. But here's the good news. What we're talking about today, right? The traffic source that our model uses, that we're talking about here, is immediate, it's targeted, it's reliable, it's easy to get, it's predictable, it's scalable, but more importantly, this obstacle of complexity and needing to be, like an MBA in traffic getting is eliminated. So you'll see this is sort of a common theme throughout at least I hope it is. It's what I intended. The development of what we're talking about here today is to constantly get rid of the obstacles and the problems without introducing any new ones, which is a big challenge. I think we've met it, but that's the issue. And certainly traffic was one of those things where we had to say, look, we need to keep all of the good. We need to be able to get a lot of this traffic. We need it cheap. We need high commercial intent. We need high quality, good targeting. We need all of that, right? We need predictable, stable, but we've got to get rid of this insurmountable obstacle of complexity. And I'll talk a little bit more specifically about what I'm talking about with this insurmountable obstacle of complexity. Just gonna take a quick drink here. So if you think about e-commerce and you think about, well, this is kind of the journey that we've been on. And this is a lot of words and a lot of things to say that what we've tried to do at each sort of milestone along the timeline is to correct the problems that we've seen in the previous version. And we've largely managed to do that. The problem is that we have often introduced new problems. So, if you start way back, and we started even before 2007, but we had a good thing going. Back then we were selling things like train horns and bird cages. For those of you who have been following us for a while, I mean, we made a lot of money selling that stuff, and we had great time because traffic was plentiful with SEO and AdWords, and it was cheap and it was easy to get. There was no complexity. We didn't have to buy a lot of inventory. We didn't have to buy any inventory up front. We were able to negotiate drop ship arrangements and so on. And things were new and exciting and happening and great. And then what happened is, it became harder to scale and a little bit more formal with reseller certificates and things, and SEO and AdWords, just became way more complicated. So we said, okay, look, let's pivot a little bit. We're going to move over to the Amazon ecosystem because traffic is easier there. It's fantastic. It's so much easier, and you get this huge traffic pool. We don't have to worry about logistics anymore, all that sort of thing. And then Amazon, started to become a little bit evil and started to, swing their pendulum towards, them holding all the cards and owning all the customer info and, charging a lot more fees and cutting our profit margin. So we said, okay, let's try and solve that problem. Let's get out of the Amazon ecosystem, and we'll get back into this sort of drop shipping environment, but we'll use China suppliers, and we will use Facebook traffic because, the Facebook traffic at that point was so plentiful, so easy to get, all those kinds of great things. And then we found ourselves getting to the point where Facebook was getting worse and worse as far as their traffic, complexity, the ability to actually get that traffic, and the expense and the competition. So we kind of pivoted back to Amazon, but we moved to a different model to try and solve some of the cash flow problems and the speed to success and things like that. So again, you can sort of paint a picture here. What we're sort of doing each time we pivot and make some adjustments to our models, we're solving perhaps the most overt problem of the previous generation, but we are introducing some potentially new ones. So our challenge for the Kibo Code, right, for this year was, look, I'm done with that. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to solve all the problems, period. End of discussion. And we are going to not introduce any new ones, okay? So that's what we've done, I think, with Kibo Code that we're talking about here today. And I'm going to walk you through a little bit more detail and hopefully make my case that we've done that. But that's why this is so different, and this is so unique, and this is so revolutionary. We've gotten rid of all of these obstacles that were in your way, that were at least surmountable, but were in your way. And we've also gotten rid of that one that, in my opinion, was insurmountable, which I'll, again, make the case for in a minute. So what we're talking about here is the things that you don't need. You don't need to worry about getting a product of your own and all the problems that entails. You don't need a Facebook account, never mind traffic. You don't need an Amazon account, never mind traffic. We're not going to deal with all that. We don't need to worry about these boring company setups and permissions and licenses or reseller certificates. We've even solved, sales tax issues and stuff, and we'll talk more about that as we get into the gory details. But we just get rid of everything. Overseas suppliers, we're not going to worry about having to worry about how long it takes for stuff to get from China to the United States. No need to spend a lot of money to buy inventory up front. No need to be in the United States. This is the easiest model to do from outside the US, because you just don't need to do anything. So again, going to make this case as we get further and further along. But something else that's pretty unique about this business model, and this took us all the way to Japan to research. So obviously, we spend a lot of our time thinking about what we need to be doing with e-commerce. We've been doing it a really long time. It's an important part of our broader businesses. And I don't know about you, but every single business opportunity course that I've ever seen, and I'm sure the ones that you've taken, always start with something like, all right, first find a niche or market. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired of that. So one of the big differences between this model and other systems is that we're not going to do it this way. And the reason we're not is because it's limiting. Usually you start having to try and figure out what market or niche you want to go in. Then you look for products that are within that market or niche. So you say, I'm going to do camping or pets and dogs, and then you brand your website and all your sales material all to be in line with that vision of a market or niche. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it takes a long time to sort of make that all work and brand yourself and get yourself on message. And then plus, once you do that, right, you're kind of locked into it. If you think, oh, geez, I'm really not finding a lot of products for the dog niche, but geez, I spent so much time doing this, I got to stick with it. That's a bit of a problem. So we're not doing that. We're freeing ourselves up from the shackles of that. And we're not doing any market or niche research. We're going to use simple, scalable websites, and we're going to focus on building these mega stores where we can sell any type of product. I don't care what it is. It can be hot and sexy, it can be mundane, new, old, any niche. I don't care. All I care about is that we're making money, that these products are profitable. And this was an inspiration. We went all the way to Japan to learn a lot more about this business model in the brick and mortar realm. And it's one of the best examples of that is a company called Don Quixote in Japan. And they have these brick and mortar stores where they're super, super successful. They sell billions of dollars every year. And they sell literally every single type of product you can possibly imagine. Everything from towels to TVs, to trench coats, to Tamagotchis, you name it, they got it. Okay. One of the ones we went into in Tokyo, I think it was 9 floors, and I can tell you every single inch of shelf space was covered with any kind of product you could possibly even want. Even sex toys, for God's sakes. Sorry, I throw that in there because I was walking along and I saw Barbies in one hand, and then I looked over on that and saw that, and it was a jarring juxtaposition. But they sell, right? So, okay. So here's what they do. They load up their storefronts with different products to see what sells the best. Now, they apply a little bit of logic to that. They're not just taking anything. They look at profit margins, availability, and search volumes and other metrics. And they test things out. They place so they test those products. They see what works the best, right? And then they take the best-selling products and they put them in the most visible places, and they get rid of the stuff that doesn't sell. And they just sort of continue to do this, right? They add products, they test, they replace, they optimize their product offerings, and they boost their sales and increase their profits. And finally, at the end of the day, they've got a store that's stacked full of products that are all selling like crazy. And this model is great in brick and mortar. It's super successful to Don Quixote. But you know what? If we apply it to the online world, it's even easier to do for a lot of reasons that I'm sure you can figure out. But we just basically do exactly the same thing. It's just a lot quicker and easier when you're in the online world. So we test products in multiple niches all at the same time, and we implement this unique method. We're going to talk about how we do this with the traffic source. We get these products immediately at the top of the search engines for the most profitable keywords. And here's a little secret, and this is such the beauty, and we'll get to it, I promise. I don't even have to know what the hell those keywords are. I know you're saying that must be insane, but it is in fact true. So it's crazy. And we target these people who are actively looking to buy these products, and we get this instant buyer traffic so that we can test things out and make sure it's all working, and we just get rid of the stuff that doesn't sell, and we keep the ones that do sell. So at the end of the day, what do we got? We've got an online store, much like Don Quixote, of products that all convert to sales and profits. And these stores are simple, easy to set up. You're talking like minute. I mean, it's really that simple. And we can test fast. We just push a button and the product is on the store, it's available. It's another maybe 2 button presses and the traffic's rolling in. And we test them fast. We make money almost instantly. We're going to show you my favorite slide is a beta tester who on their first day made sales of over $300. That's not life-changing, but hell, I remember my first sale and it got me on the road, So no market research, no product creation, no inventory, no messing about with Facebook and Amazon. I mean, this is what we're talking about here. I mean, check this out. This order of magnitude. These are 30-day periods, new stores that we've been running. $354,000, over 4,000 orders in each store, 260,000 in the other one. And this is just amazing results, and it's so freaking quick. And I mean, it just kind of makes sense, right? I mean, if you think about Don Quixote, why do you want to sell just one product in one niche when you could sell 50 profitable products in multiple niches and make 50 times as much money, right? Is this so far? I'm not suggesting that I've answered all the questions, but are you with me so far? Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no. I just want to see. Okay, I got a lot of yeses. I didn't get any no's yet. Okay. All right. I got a yup. All right, I'll take that as a yes. Okay, cool. All right. Good. Thanks, guys. Sometimes when you get moving on a roll, I got a lot to talk about. So what are the requirements? How do you do this? What do you need to get started? You really only need 3 things, right? You need a store, so a platform that converts. You need products, stuff that's proven to sell, and you need that traffic. So when you're faced with creating a store, one of the obstacles that people run into, it's like, oh, okay, well, what are the colors? What are the buttons? What's the copywriting? What does it all look like? What's the best for converting visitors into buyers? And you could bang your head against the wall and reinvent the wheel, but that's an obstacle, and that's a delay in fact, some people get stuck on here. They get this paralysis by analysis, and they spend 6 months trying to design their store without ever selling any damn thing. So we get rid of that. Boom. We just give you, look, here's how you push a button and it's all set up appropriately, and it's ready for you to populate with products. There's really not much else to say about it, right? You just get rid of all the guesswork and banging your head against the wall and any reason for you to not succeed. Then load up your products. You pinpoint profitable products and you load them directly into your store. You don't have to take pictures or anything. It comes from the suppliers. And so you might be asking yourself, well, how do I do that? I mean, that sounds hard. Yeah, it's not with this, because what we've done is we have two things. First, we've got an enormous database of 3 million products that are ready for you to sell. Okay, and by ready, I mean you don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to negotiate any kind of drop ship arrangement. You're not buying them from us. You're buying them from a supplier, but they're all set right there, ready to go. You don't have to even talk to anybody. And we've got software that you'll actually see later on that allows you to slice and dice and get in there and pick the ones you want to sell. But more than that, right? What we've also done, and I'll talk more about this a little bit later. We will give every single person who gets involved in our program 5 products that we have picked just for you. You're the only one who's getting these, okay? And we'll show you exactly where they come from and how you're going to pick them and all that sort of stuff. It's pretty cool. It's fun. So that, again, the theme here is let's get rid of any obstacle that is in your way, and let's speed up and get the results. Now, I'm going to talk about traffic in a minute in more detail, but just know that like opening the traffic faucet takes like a minute, okay? And there is no risk. You're only going to pay for cheap clicks that will turn into profits. We'll explain much more detail about traffic in a second. You launch your campaign, and then you are immediately, and I mean like day one, once your site is up and running, going to make sales. And your job from there is simply to keep doing better, keep making more sales with more products, with some optimization, and keep making higher profit margins. Okay. And then at that point, you're just repeating and scaling. You're just rinsing and repeating. You're going to find additional winning products. You're going to go from $100 a day to $1,000 to $2,500 beyond. You could build more stores if you want. There's a lot of different ways that you can expand and scale. None of them are right or wrong. It just comes down to what you want to do and how you want to test things and so on. But what I think I want you to make sure that you understand, I talked about giving you guys 5 products. The value of these products is immense. And again, we'll talk a little bit more about where these products come from shortly. But if you and let's say I didn't even give you 5 products. If you just find one on your own from a database of 3 million, okay, 1 product a month, that's a nice winner. And by nice winner, I mean maybe it sells for $70 and you sell 12 a day on average. And you just find one of those a month out of 3 million. And oh, by the way, the 3 million is increasing every single day. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. You're talking about 1 product, 12 sales a day at $70. You find one of those in month 1, you're at $840. By the time you get to month 3 and you've identified 3 of those, you're at 3 products, 12 sales a day, $70, $2,500 a day in profit. And you're talking about margins of 50%. I mean, that order of magnitude. The numbers are pretty staggering. So let's talk traffic source, because I'm sure everybody's going, well, what you described sounds ridiculous. It's like the best kept secret. It's hiding in plain sight, and it is the shopping platforms. Most of them from Google and Bing. But just why do we use them? Let's talk about Facebook for a second. Holy shit. We went from being able to get as much traffic as we wanted from Facebook for 2 cents. And it's great, high quality traffic. We went from that to this: 11 ad types, 28 ad positions, 9 different call to action buttons, split test, pixels, lookalike audiences, copy this campaign, test it. Oh my God. A dirty little secret. If our company was going to rely on me to appropriately generate Facebook traffic, we're all screwed, because I can't keep up. There's so much to learn on Facebook. And by the time you spend a year becoming an expert on it, they've changed it, because they change it every freaking day. So it's incredible. This is the price that we're paying. Don't get me wrong. We have never lived in a time like this where we have had such power to get the traffic that we can. But it comes at an amazing price that is insurmountable for most beginners. And, you know, over and above just the Facebook machinations behind the scenes, think about what these ads are now starting to look like, not just on Facebook, but everywhere, and including in AdWords. These ads all look like they're created by, you know, Madison Avenue ad agencies. You have to be a graphic design expert. You have to be a copywriting expert. You know, colleges are offering entire degrees in social media marketing. The game has changed. The days where I could get away with doing graphic design and getting traffic on Facebook, those days are long gone, because I can't, you know, I suck at graphic design. And it's just this insurmountable thing, right? Take a look at some other challenges. Look, let's say, okay, well, I'll do SEO. Great, go get a book on SEO. It's 1,000 freaking pages. And oh, by the way, the day that you get the book home, it is out of date. You know, at this point, I truly believe, and others have said this, I don't think Google even understands what their algorithm does anymore. You know, I don't think that's a stretch to say. And there's so much more competition for all of this. There's no written rules, you know, and because they don't even know what it does anymore. And you can be kicked off anytime. Like here's poor Aiden's Facebook account the other day. You know, and so what did he do wrong? Who knows? Who knows? They can't tell you. They don't know. They're so decentralized now, with people just on a whim canceling accounts. So anyway, all of this is just to say that the traffic getting problem, okay, while there's a lot of upside to it, is insurmountable for most newbies. And honestly, for most experts, I mean, I have to hire somebody. I consider myself an expert in online marketing. I would hope so, right? But I can't do it. I have to hire an expert. I could probably do AdWords still, because that was where I first started many, many years ago. But Facebook, nope, can't do it anymore. So we just can't count on that for all of these reasons. So we have moved to the shopping platforms, which are like this best kept secret that's just out there. It's hidden in plain sight, but all of these complications are eliminated because you basically, it works like this. You basically tell Google, hey, I got something to sell. Can you just make sure that when people are looking for it, it's there? Literally, that's what you do. So you don't worry about like, oh, well, should I be bidding on or optimizing for hamster cage for sale, or hamster cages, or hamster cage for 3 hamsters? I don't know anything about hamsters. What you basically tell, let me say it like this. How many times have you been sitting down and you go to Google something and you type in 2 characters, like maybe somebody typed in HA, and all of a sudden Google already knows what the hell you're looking for, right? Well, that happens all the time, because they know, because we have no privacy, and a topic for another day, they know everything about us. They're probably listening to our voice conversations. I'm sure you all have experienced that. They know what we're going to type before we even type it. And they know what you mean when you type stuff in. I could type in one thing in one way, and 15 other people could type in, they really all want the same thing, but they could type different stuff in. Google knows and is smart enough to know we all want the same damn thing. So what we're doing here, the reason we're eliminating all these complications, is that we're saying, look, Google, you decide. You pick the keywords, all these scenarios where stuff might be of interest, where our buyers are, in other words. And they just do it. And they are the best in the universe at it. And Bing just copies everything Google does. So these are 2 examples of the shopping kind of platforms that we're talking about here. But you get rid of all of the complexity, because you don't have to do anything other than to say, I got a hamster cage, I'm going to sell it. That's why it's so revolutionary. You just have no opportunity to screw it up, because there is absolutely nothing for you to do. You don't have to do graphic design, because you're not designing an ad. You didn't even take the image. The supplier, it came with your product search, in our database. You're not writing any ad copy. You got nothing. There's nothing for you to do. You're not saying that you want to show up for certain keywords. You don't have to do anything. That's why it's so damn revolutionary. Why is nobody using it? It's false to say that nobody's using it. Obviously, people are using it, but it's not sexy. It's not something that Google talks about like ever, because they feel like it appeals to a smaller percentage of people who are just doing e-commerce. You're not gonna launch a company, software as a service, or an information product, or anything like that with Google shopping platforms, because it's only for e-commerce. It's not sexy, and there's no real training to do because it's like, hey, there's nothing there, and it doesn't make them a lot of money, so they just don't talk about it. So I've thrown a lot at you here, but the whole theme that I hope you're getting is get rid of the obstacles, some of which I argue are now insurmountable. Get rid of the obstacles and don't introduce any new ones. It's a one-time setup where you just, you spend just getting your site up, and then you can, which is very easy, and then you just push button, put products on and off. You don't need to talk to customers. You don't ever need to see or handle the products. You don't need to worry about all this traffic complexity. I mean, if your business relies on Facebook as a traffic and you're a beginner, there's a lot of Russian roulette there as to whether or not you're going to be successful, or even see your way clear to a path to being successful. And as far as never needing to see or handle the products, you don't. I mean, maybe for the first year, you never even see them. Maybe in year 2, you go, you know what? Instead of getting 40% profit margins, maybe I can get 60% if I buy in bulk and I get a warehouse and I expand. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you just rather spend time at the beach. Who cares, right? No traffic issue, high profit margins, rapid results. That's so key. No supplier headaches, zero competition. And you only need a very small number of products, right? Look, our model is everything that we try and do that works, that we build our businesses on, we then teach, right? So there's lots of stuff we try that doesn't work. We all do that, and you don't hear about that because why would we share that? Because it doesn't work. But so that's our first step, and then our next step is, okay, well, it's not good. It's not enough that it works for us. It also has to be, we also have to be able to teach it, and it has to be, the results have to be reproducible. So we get normally a small group of beta test students together, and we train them. And JB was one of those guys, and we said, look, and you're from out of the, we picked like a hard person. English is a second language for JB. He's out of the country. He's in Argentina, which has some complexities with payment gateways sometimes and things like that. And we gave him the training. We said, hey, let's, just go with it. Let's see what you can do. This is kind of a worst case scenario. And here it is, 0 to thousands per day. This was not even holiday sales. You're talking about October. And in 14 days, you've got almost $17,000 in sales and over 200 orders and less than 1% return rate, which is fantastic. And he's operating at about a 50% profit margin. This is one of my favorites. So here's another beta test site, and on the first day, 8 orders, $316, $316.13. I love that. Not because of the amounts. Sometimes I think these amounts all roll into each other and people's eyes glaze over, and some of them are so big to be meaningless, and I get it. I think this is more meaningful, because this speaks to getting those fast results. I remember when I made my first dollar online, and it drove me like nothing else, and it will you as well. So you go from day 1, 316, here's day 6, 1,300, day 30, 2,174. During a 10-week test, this is only 3 products. You're talking about 141,000 in net sales and 70,000 in profit. That's what's at stake here. That's how fast these are. And today, this site just did, well, I think this is from like a couple days ago, to be fair, but 27 orders, over $2,000 with those same 3 products.
So I hope everyone can see the power here. If this is exciting to you, give us a 1 in the question box. If you're following along, if it's making sense so far, just give us a yes. I want to make sure that no one is getting left behind here as we dive into some more details. And look, we do have some information in the slides about some of the products and the website and this beta test site that we've been talking about. But if you'd like to actually to sort of go off the script here a little bit and pull up, some more information about the site, just type site in the question box. And if we get at least half the people here typing site into the question box, then we will go off script and I will give you more information about the site. Otherwise, we'll just stick to the slides. It's up to you guys. Okay, well, okay. Overwhelming majority are saying they want to see some examples of the site. So here you go. This is what the site looks like, this beta test site at the top. I think this is the one, I have to check, this is the one that did $140,000, I think, in one of the screenshots there. Scroll down a little bit, and here the key takeaway is that we are not just in one niche in these types of websites. You've got drones, watches, gadgets, pet, products, outdoors, kitchen, home furniture, and so on and so forth. And then this is diving down a little bit deeper into the drones specific category. You can see the prices we're selling at: $69.95, $89.95, $79.95. Type in the question box if you know why we are able to sell at higher price points. It's to do with the traffic. Just type in the question box, targeted traffic. Yeah, it's targeted, but the main thing here is it's not interrupt driven. This is people that are searching to buy something, and then we are providing it to them. So we're not limited to selling $10 or $20 products. We can actually sell quite expensive products, and as a result, earn a lot of money per sale. If we scroll down on the homepage a little bit, we've got reviews in there, and then that's the bottom section of the website. This is one of the pages of a drone that sells pretty well on this beta site. You can see, I mean, it's a simple drone, sells for $69.95. This is from a couple of days ago, so $2,375 in sales. We operated around about 50% net profit margin on these stores, so that's pretty exciting. This is the last week, $9,800. So, I mean, what you can take from this is we sort of tend to sell on this particular beta store sells between $1,000 at the low end up to above $2,000 per day at a higher end. For this particular site, the last 90 days, $156,000. This is real deal. I mean, this is real deal. Just showing you how this works. We're getting over $1 per visitor, which is always a good sign. This is yesterday, $1,562. I mean, this is hopefully starting to really paint a picture of how this all works. So we'll get back over to the slides, and I hope you are excited about this because you really should be by what we're sharing here. So some critical points. JB, just like other testers, had no prior experience with the system before he got his website going. It took him less than an hour to get set up. He made money on his first day. He quickly scaled to $2,500 per day. And just imagine for a second, 10 weeks from now being at $2,500 per day, or $1,000 per day in profit. I mean, just let me know, what would you be happy with in 10 weeks time? Type a number into the question box. Would you be happy with $100 profit per day? Would you be happy with $50 profit per day? What would be the minimum that you would be happy with in 10 weeks time? And I can see some people saying 50, 75, 1,000. Some people have got some pretty high minimum expectations. Someone said they'll only be happy with 10,000 or more per day. You can get that in 10 weeks. Probably not normal, but you can get there. Certainly $200 profit per day, $500 a day, you can do that, and so on. So look, the numbers you're putting in there for the most part are very, very realistic, because finding just a handful, let's say 3 winning products, can equate to over 850 grand per year. And when the average profit margin is 50%, you're talking about $425,000 in income. That's cash in the bank. And it's not just about the money that you can make on a day-to-day basis. Check out 2 websites that we sold. Check this out. If you've zoned out, just zone back in and take a look at this. The first website that we sold on the 20th of June sold for $921,000. You can see that little green arrow going down there, $880,000 bank deposit that coming into our bank account. There's another website that we sold on the 15th of July. This one sold for $544,000. We got a $300,000 bank deposit. I mean, you can cash out with these. You can build up a simple little store, get it making money, and then cash out. These things are in high demand because they are real deal assets. That's what we're talking about here. So it's not just about daily income that you can make, which is fantastic, but how about $1 million payday or a $100,000 payday? That's pretty cool when that happens. So the question that you might be asking yourself right now is, can you really do this? The answer is yes. Here's why. Over the past 12 months, we've been working with a small group of beta testers, people with no previous experience whatsoever, and we've been training them up on how to use the system, and the results have been mind-boggling, astonishing. $128,000 in 1 month. And that's just from one person. We've got dozens of people that we've helped. These are regular people who've built life-changing businesses. People like Esborn, who says, I followed Steve and Aidan's training together with my brother, and the business that we started went to 7 figures in its first year. Or Jansen, who says he went from $0 to nearly $100,000 in his first year. Or Yalmar, who said that he rocketed to what is now a multi-million-dollar business. He did that in his first year. He says Aidan and Steve's guidance and genuine interest has been invaluable. And there's lots more stories. Look at Mike, who went from nothing, from 0 to over 1 million in sales, and he's growing in a big way. Brett in Australia, who says Steve and Aidan deliver in bucket loads and genuinely care about the outcome of their students. Or Scott in the US, who says his sales have gone from $10,000 a month up to $100,000 per month inside of 5 months since he started implementing the strategies that we shared with him. And we want you to be the next success story. We've helped thousands of people over the years, and we are certain that you can do it. This is why we are so excited now to have the opportunity to show you how you can do it using the complete package with training, tools, and hand-holding support that we've put together that gives you everything that you could possibly need to change your life with this amazing system. So I'm proud and excited today for the first time ever to introduce the Kibo Code. This is a revolutionary and radically different system that we use to generate up to $76,000 per day. $76,000 per day. Now, in Japanese, Kibo means scale, and scale is the name of the game. Scale and speed, they are the two names of the game. Now, being able to go from 0 to $100 a day, then to $1,000 a day, and then $2,500 a day, it's totally possible, and it's possible to do it quickly. And I think it's really important that you can get fast results. Now, you might not get to $1,000 per day in your first couple of weeks, but can you get to $20 per day in your first week? $30, $50 per day in your first week? Absolutely. And that's really, really important because it's got to give you the motivation to kick on because you'll know it works. And in the Kibo Code, we're giving you everything that you need to do this. So we've got 7 main components. I'm going to walk through each of these and just as we go here. So the first component is what we call central intelligence. This is the core 8-week training, which is designed to specifically fast track you to expert level. So what we're doing here is we're giving you an A to Z guide of each area of the system and showing you how to go from starting from scratch, from complete newbie to making money. So we've got step-by-step videos, strategy manuals, live weekly webinars, mind maps, and much, much more. Truly exhaustive stuff where we've left literally no stone unturned. And you're going to see how you can turbocharge setup so that you can see income in as little as 48 hours of being live. Remember, speed, scale, they are the name of the game. All the training will be delivered directly by us, Steve, myself, and our team of experts. This has got a value of $9,997. The second component is StoreStorm. Now, StoreStorm gives you speed and execution. It means that you can build the perfect error-free store at the click of a button, saving you time and headaches, and convert traffic into customers on autopilot using our rigorously tested proprietary ThemeX setup. This is built on the back of hundreds of split tests, over 4 million visitors coming in and us analyzing how they interact with our setup. If website creation or building landing pages has been something that you've ever struggled with in the past, then you can rest assured that we have completely eliminated those headaches. You're getting all of our experience, expertise, and infrastructure here. It's got a value of $6,497. The third component is Profit Vault. So Profit Vault is where you're going to be able to pinpoint the highest quality and most profitable products to sell from our gigantic in-house repository of over 3 million products and growing, I might add. This is how you can analyze tens of thousands of products in a matter of seconds. This is like push button gold mining. So you identify a nugget of gold, you can start selling it, making money. And this profit vault and the software that's built into it is absolutely integral in being able to do that. When you identify a product that you like, you can suck it right into your store effortlessly. It eliminates all the boring, time-consuming, and quite frankly, risky product research, saving days or even weeks, of research. So again, when we're dealing and when we're chasing speed and scale, this is a really key part of doing that. Guys, we can give you a live demo if you want of this right now. If you type demo into the question box, and if I get at least half of you typing demo, then I will go ahead and I'll do an actual live demo. We'll go over, have a look at how it all works, and okay, loads of people typing in demo. So I'm going to head over this right now. Now, Steve, if you want to chime in here as well,
Yep.
you can perhaps sort of talk people through what we're seeing here.
Yeah, let me narrate. Oh, how I love software demos when we're migrating production databases. So just keep in mind, we wanted to show you this, but this is all, just ignore the data. We've got a lot of test data in here right now. This is our development environment, right in the middle of moving over all of our production databases to get them all ready for you guys. But so this software is all about, is really your control center to be doing all of your stuff. We're not going to talk about the website itself because it's pretty anticlimactic. You kind of push a button and it's there, so there's not a lot to talk about. But let's talk about the products because that's kind of the core of what we want to, of what the value is. So picked for you, let's talk about how we got those. These are incredibly tightly curated products that are the cream of the crop of millions and millions of different products. Now, so what we do is we start with all the products that we've been working with and researching, millions of them, and we apply incredibly strict criteria, like way more strict than anyone else would, because we want to make sure that these are absolute stone cold winners for you. And what that results in is about 0.5% of every product that we looked at goes into this cream bucket. And you, as a member of the Kibo Code, can just pick which of the cream you want. You're going to be presented with these products, and you can see that you'll be able to sort of add them to your products, and you'll have 5 slots in your stable. And once you pick them, they are no longer available for anyone else. Okay. Now, then they are in your products, and then you can, from here, you can easily just push these onto any store that you've built, within the Kibo Code. So the key is you've got 5 of these things you can pick yourself. You can just keep refreshing through our database until you find the 5 that you like, but they're all good. There are no bad answers. That's the beauty of it. Then if you go into products and product analyzer, now, okay, you've got your 5 products you've been real successful with, and now it's time to expand. Now we look at the whole universe of all the products that we have. And again, this is all test data and garbage stuff that we've been playing with, so just ignore it. But the concept is sound. The other thing that's not on here is there are some other search metrics that you'll have an opportunity to play with that we just don't want to try and explain right now, and because we need to talk you through some of them. But there'll be some other things here. And the idea here is that you've got an ever-growing database of products that you can dip into and make all sorts of slice and dice selections, add them into your stable of products, and then just easily publish them wherever you like. So that's really what it's all about here with the software and the products.
So yeah, I mean, as you can see, hopefully you can see it's pretty powerful stuff there. And just to recap, so the first couple of components that we mentioned were the central intelligence. This is all the training that we're delivering for you, and StoreStorm. This is how you're able to quickly and easily get your store installed, error-free, perfect first time. And then Profit Vault, where we've got this enormous repository of millions and millions and millions of products, which you can slice and dice and just identify the best products that are going to be most suited to sell. So you could do that manually, but it would take an eternity. So Profit Vault, in addition to serving you up with this mega database, it also gives the ability to quickly filter them and sort them to find products that are going to work for you. Component number 4 is the traffic black box. Now, this is every last secret that we know of about this uber lucrative shopping platform traffic that we have never ever taught anyone before. It's a step-by-step action plan that'll get you reeling in dozens of customers and hundreds of dollars every single day, even if you failed miserably in the past with traffic generation. Now, you'll find out how to completely and permanently obliterate the old traffic hurdles that most people have faced, how to get dirt cheap clicks and vastly higher profit without having to write any ad copy at all, as well as learn about Kibo funnels, which will show you how to double or even triple your sales. This has got a value of $4,997. And then there's Oracle X. This is another big shortcut for you. It's time saving, it's money saving, and it speeds things up. So it's custom built tools to improve the performance of your store, to get your store making more money. Not only get them making more money, but get them making money faster. So in fact, triple the rate at which you can grow your business. So it'll save you huge amounts of money. And we've spent 8 months in putting this together, over 200 grand in developing Oracle X. It's a big part of what we're doing here. It's got a value of $6,497. The hand-picked products that Steve has been talking about, we're giving you 5 of these. Keep in mind that just one of them could make you $1,000 per day. You're getting 5 of them handed to you. These are genuine money-making products. They're going to remove the guesswork. They're going to get you up and running and making sales fast. And look, everything we're doing here, everything that we've put together is designed to help you succeed, designed to help you get sales coming in quickly, and designed to help you scale. So component number 7 is the Kibo Academy. This is exclusive, an exclusive members-only community where you can interact with other members of the Kibo Code. And it's also your support from us. So it's that hand-holding support that you can get, even if it's 2 a.m. in the morning, you can reach out to us. We've got a private email-based system, which is manned by Steve, by me, by a bunch of coaches who have been working this system with us. And we are there to make sure that any question you've got gets answered. We have literally helped thousands of people build successful business online, and we can absolutely help you as well. The Kibo Academy has got a value of $1,497. So as you can see, this is ultra comprehensive stuff. I mean, this is literally every last thing you need to start making money using this system immediately, from training right through to tools and software. And anyone can do this. Even if even if you're only able to squeeze in 5 to 10 hours per week, you can make this work. Now, there is something that we are even more excited about. So make sure you tune in and listen to the next slide, because what we're about to do is something that we've been wanting to do for a long time, and the timing has never quite been right. But for the Kibo Code, it is absolutely right. And as a member of the Kibo Code, you're going to get a free all-access pass to Kibo 2020, which is our live event. You're going to be there with us face-to-face, meeting us in person, telling us your success stories. And we are really looking forward to meeting you. This is 2 days of exclusive live sessions with insider training, tactics, and strategies. You're going to hear from expert speakers, some of whom make up to $10 million per year. You're going to find out about secrets for doubling or even tripling your revenue and profits, proven tactics to dramatically increase website traffic, actionable growth strategies, breakout sessions, and you're going to come away armed with a treasure chest of secrets and strategies and a true competitive edge. You're going to leave this event feeling inspired and excited, equipped with a wealth of knowledge. You're going to be able to make more money in your business right out of the gate, having been to this event. Now, if you're worried that you're unable to come to the live event, which will be in the United States, then don't worry, because we've got a solution, and I'll tell you what that is in just a second. If you become a Kibo Code member today, you're going to get access to 3 exclusive bonuses. These are very limited. They are only going to be available for people who take action today. And the first of those is Kibo 2020 live event recordings. That's why I was saying, if you're unable to get to our live event, don't worry. We've got you completely covered. We'll make sure you get the recordings. The second bonus is the Secret Mastermind. These are the advanced workshops with additional tactics, formulas, and strategies. And then the third is 7-figure scaling secrets. So having helped thousands of students over the years, we've seen that we can get people, and a lot of people get to $100,000 or 6 figures per year, but they struggle to get up to 7 figures. So what we've got here, bonus number 3, is all about going from 6 figures to 7 figures and beyond. So remember, this requires absolutely no prior experience whatsoever. If you can read and watch and just follow our instructions, that's plenty good enough. We provide you with all the websites, tools, instructions, everything that you could possibly need to hit the ground running with this. And we've made it just as push button as humanly possible. Everything that we've done has been designed around getting you making money fast and then showing you how you can scale that once you're starting to make money. All the obstacles are eliminated. There's no traffic issues. There is very, very low risk. There's virtually zero competition. You get very high profit margins. You get rapid results. There are no supplier headaches. And you can make a fortune, $2,500 per day with just 3 successful products. So even if you've just got one winner, that could be $1,000 per day. This is the perfect opportunity. It's the perfect opportunity for people who are struggling to make money online. Maybe you want to hit the reset button. This is perfect for you. Perhaps you're looking for a realistic way to supplement your income. Then that's perfect for you as well. Maybe you've already got an online business which makes good money and you simply want to make a lot more or diversify. This is an opportunity for you. It only requires 5 to 10 hours per week. So it's not something that's going to disrupt your life. It's something that you can add in to what you're already working on, all right? So you don't have to give anything up. We've got all these reasons why it's, the perfect opportunity. The reality is it's the perfect opportunity, period. This is the opportunity of a decade. Since 2005, since I've been building online businesses, I've never been this excited as what I am right now about the method that we're using in the Kibo Code. I've never been as pumped up about an opportunity or having seen as big of an opportunity as what we're seeing right now. We've spent over 10 years helping thousands of people. We know how to get results and we can absolutely help you. The Kibo Code can give you freedom, unlimited family time to do whatever you want to do, a secure retirement. How much money do you need for that? If you got one product that was making you $500 a day, that'll be a pretty good retirement for a lot of people, but the sky is the limit here. The ability to be your own boss and work from home. This is something that I cherish every single day, being able to wake up without an alarm clock, spend time with my kids, and abnormally high amount of time, I might say, with my kids and my wife and my family. So, or maybe you want to give your kids the opportunities that you never have. The bottom line is you get financial freedom, you get location freedom to work where you want to be, and you get time freedom to live on your terms. So what will it take to join us? The actual value of everything you're getting here is huge. It's unlike anything that we've ever put together before. The combined value of the components comes to over $39,000, and I can promise you it's also unlike anything you would have seen anyone else put together, let alone anything that we've put together. You're also getting the bonuses. The extras alone are worth $23,000, and as you'll see in a minute, just getting to being able to access the live events is quite frankly, it's worth the price of admission. The value here is tremendous. Over $62,000, a complete business in a box system ready for you to hit the ground running straight out of the gate. Now, there are 3 critical limitations that I want to highlight for you. The first is that we can only accept a small number of people in. And why is that? Well, it's because coaching support takes time. Not only that, but we are giving 5 products to each member. And Steve mentioned they are exclusive. So we've got a limited number of these products that we've filtered out. We've got a limited amount of time in each day to support members. And because of that, we have to limit how many people we can take into this. The second limitation is we start on Friday, so you have a firm time deadline. You need to get in, you need to get up to speed. We've got pre-training content for you in the members area. We need you to get onto that today. And the third critical limitation is that we have no plans to reopen. We don't reopen our programs. We close them down. The last 7 that we've launched, we've closed them down. We haven't reopened them. Once the doors are closed, they're closed. We only do this once each year. This is immensely valuable. You won't pay $62,967 as we showed as the complete combined value of all the components. And you won't pay $14,997 either. $9,997. If all this does is get you to the point where you're earning just 10% of what one of the tester sites make, would that be worth paying $9,997 for? The image you can see on the left there, that's from 2 months. 60 days, $107,000. That's about $50,000 profit. If you could get just a 10% of that and have that recurring month after month after month, would that be worth investing $9,997? And if all this does is allow you to simply quit your day job perhaps or pay off your debts, would that be worth investing $9,997? And hopefully you can see that it would. This really is ridiculous value. You're not going to pay $9,997 and you won't even pay $4,997. You can get complete access today for 4 payments of $997. In fact, you can get started for even less. We've got a one-time payment option of $3,497. Most people are taking this option, and if you take this option, that's going to give you an instant discount of $491. So you've got one payment option of $3,497. That's a one-time payment, or you've got the split payment option, 4 payments of $997. You can see the link on the screen there. That's where you need to go. We'll get that in the chat box for you right now. Go to that page, click on the option that you want to take and complete your registration, and you'll be on the inside and you can get started immediately. I want you to know that you've got zero risk. We take this very seriously. We know that it's a big deal. We know that you're investing money with us here today, and we've got a 30-day money back guarantee. If you're not seeing amazing results within 30 days, then we don't want your money, okay? We've got a no questions asked money back guarantee. This is so fast and so easy to set up that we know, and we know that you're going to know whether or not it's working for you well inside the 30 days. So you've got everything to gain here and nothing to lose. You can jump in today with zero risk. You can see the link on the screen there. Go there right now, get signed up. In the chat box, let us know once you're in, or if you're in the process, let us know that you're in the process of getting in. Now, we've got some other exciting things in store. You might be wondering, well, that's great. I'm 100% covered for the investment in the Kibo Code, but what happens if I follow the training and I just can't get it to work? We are excited today to remove even more of your risk, every last piece of your risk, in fact, by giving you a double your money back guarantee. Yes, you heard that correctly, a double your money back guarantee. No one does this. We can do it because we are that confident that regardless of your ability, we can get you making sales, making money with this. As long as you follow every step of the training curriculum without deviation and actively use our support system and our tools and our resources, we guarantee to not only refund your purchase, but double your money back if for some weird reason you're unable to make sales in your first 60 days. That is how confident we are in our ability to get you to break the shackles and make money and make 2020 your year. But you need to take action right now. This is a unique opportunity. You've got absolutely zero risk. We are shouldering all of the risk. We want to change your life, and we don't want anything to prevent you from giving this a try. You've got nothing to lose and absolutely everything to gain here. You can see the link on the screen. That's where you need to go. Jump in right now, and we're going to be excited to see you on the inside. Don't wait any longer to sign up. Spaces are filling up fast and are only available on a first come, first served basis. We are very limited in the number of people we can help. So you need to move fast or you will miss out. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I've never seen an opportunity quite like this. Since 2005, since I've been building businesses online, I've never been excited or seen the kind of results that we're getting with this. Don't wait any longer to sign up. Go to that link, secure your access right now. And just a word of warning, when we do hit capacity, and we will hit capacity, a sold out page will appear and no one else will be able to get in. So you don't want to be stuck on the outside. The way that you can avoid that is by jumping in right now. If you wait just one more day to register, you risk letting someone else get your spot. This is not false scarcity. This is real deal. As soon as we're sold out, we do have a limit to how many people we can help. That's it. We'll shut down, just like we always do. And once the registration period ends, that's it. No one else will be allowed back in. Now, we do have something pretty special here. We call it the Fast 30. So here's the deal. If you're one of the first 30 people to jump in on this live workshop right now, jump in and invest in the Kibo Code, we are going to reward you with a special additional bonus, actually two. The first is called the Profit Calculator. Now, the Profit Calculator shows you exactly how many sales you need to make each month to hit your income goals. It's a cool little tool that I can spend quite a lot of time on, actually, because it just keeps spitting out numbers and I'm running through different scenarios, and it lets me visualize exactly what I need to do. It's a very cool, simple little tool, and you're going to get access to the Profit Calculator if you're in the first 30 to jump in. The other thing that you're going to get is you're going to become a Kibo tester. So you're going to be able to participate in cutting edge tool development and get early use of any new tool or functionality before we roll it out to all of the members. So it gives you an early mover advantage, essentially. So what you need to do to get in the Fast 30, well, you have to be in the first 30 people to jump in right now. And the way that you can do that is type "I'm in" the question box, or "in process" in the question box. So let us know where you're at. If you're jumping in, if you're already in, type "I'm in." If you're in the process of jumping in but haven't completed, just quickly type "in process" in the question box. And what this will do is it gives us a record. It gives us a record of your name. We can then download this, the chat box later, and we can see the first 30 people who jumped in, and we can assign this to them. So there you have it, guys. Now is the time to jump in, and remember just to let us know once you have jumped in. So we're going to go through some questions now, and then we'll be able to recap on a few things and look at a few other success stories. So I do see a lot of people saying "I'm in," fantastic, in process as well. For those of you that are in process, if you can, please just let us know once you have finished jumping in. That way we can sort of concrete your name in next to those special Fast 30 bonuses that we've got there. And we are really pumped up about working with you. So Steve, I know you've been working like a madman on the keyboard behind the scenes, answering questions. And for everyone who has been answering questions, we've been, the team have just been, we've been doing our best behind there. We haven't been able to get to all of them, but we'll get to some of the most common ones now and try to get to yours before the end of the workshop. So Steve, do you have some questions you want to go through there?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we try and do always here is kind of pick the questions that we think would be most worthwhile to answer to the group, because they're sort of the most common ones that are coming up. So one of the ones we're getting all the time is, isn't this saturated, or why isn't this saturated, or the moment that I join, everybody else will be doing this, that kind of thing. And a couple things I would say to that. One is, because of the amount of products that you could potentially market, and the amount of traffic that's available to you, of course I can't sort of accurately say that something is infinite, but this opportunity is pretty freaking close to being infinite. There are just so much variations of products and traffic available, as if to get to the point where it's not really discernible from being an infinite opportunity. So saturation is just not anything for you to worry about. And by the way, for those of you guys who don't know us, it's not like we're going to be dealing with 5,000 or 10,000 people. I mean, we this is what we do. We do a course, and we get a small group of people together, and we take them on a journey, and we don't open it again. We don't have lots of other people doing things. So I think other people would be, if they built something like the Kibo Code, they'd just be selling it every day. And we don't do that. And so there's just, scarcity is just not going to be a problem. And a related question that I get along with scarcity is kind of like, well, if this is so great, and I get this all the time, if this is so great, why are you teaching us? Why not keep it all to yourself? And it's like, why can't I do both? Aiden and I both love to teach. In fact, I would argue that we enjoy that more than building these businesses. And so if we can carve out very successful online businesses, as we've been doing for so many years, over and over again, and we can also teach, and we can teach the things that work for us, gosh, that's great. 2 bags full for us, win-win. So that's kind of what it's all about. People have asked questions about, like, well, how long before I start, because I made a big deal out of early success, right? And rightly so. And so people are saying, all right, well, what does that mean? So I think the way you should think about it is this, that if you do what we tell you to do, if you're not making sales in February, I will be very disappointed. Okay. And it is almost the end of January. So we don't have a lot of time, but that's what we're talking about here with this opportunity. Anything else? So a couple people have asked, like, variations on, what other money do I need? Is there anything else to buy? That kind of thing. We try really, really hard because look, we all believe that if you looked at just the value of Kibo Code, the value of the Kibo Code is worth, pick a number, $50,000, $100,000. It's worth like a franchise fee. We realize that that doesn't mean that we would expect people to pay that much. That's not what we're trying to accomplish here, right? But so I realized that even though it's not the value of, it's still a large investment for people. I totally understand that. And so we try really, really hard to make sure that there isn't anything else for people to have to invest in, and so we make sure that there's never any upsells from us or, anything like that. Like, you're not going to go to the live event and go and get sold like, oh, well, in order to really be successful, you need to have this for the Kibo Code. We never, ever, ever do anything like that. We stand by our reputation there. And plus, on top of that, there are things like a domain, like a Shopify account, like some plugins for Shopify and stuff that really are, necessary. And we don't make any money on those, and we don't make any money on the products that you sell. We have nothing to do with that other than to find them for you, arrange that these suppliers are there and ready to supply for you and stuff like that. So anyway, long story short, there are a few things, we just can't avoid them, but we're not making any money on them. So, it's Shopify account, it's a couple plugins, and even there we say, look, here are the plugins you absolutely need day one. Let's get these other plugins because they're really nice to have and they help. But let's wait until you're, making a couple $1,000s a day in sales or whatever it is. So we try really hard and we keep that in mind. So there are a few other things, but nothing large, and we manage them, as best we can. How do I find suppliers? You don't. You don't. So you don't need to. You can, of course, if you wanted to. We originally thought that people would do a mix of using our suppliers, finding their own, and we're like, you know what? Screw it. Why do they need to? We've got so many products. We have more than enough products to go around, quite honestly. So I don't expect, people to be out there looking for suppliers unless they really want to. Who creates the product images? Like, am I going to have to be like create my own photography studio or something? No, they will come right from the suppliers. They're right in our database. They are ready to go.
Hey, Steve, yeah. Maybe we'll take one more question, and then sure. I want to work through a few of the other, share a few more success stories and things like that.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the ones that does come up that I think needs some explanation is, about this whole refund policy. I think of it as two levels of protection as a good explanation. The first level of protection is you've got 30 days to just make sure that we're not freaking lunatics. So in the 30 days, if we just start talking about, how to paint or something instead of, what we're supposed to be talking about, you just bail and you can get a refund. You don't have to have a reason, never mind any reason. You don't have to have any reason. You simply say refund. Okay, that's it. Then after that, after those 30 days, which you're protected, then you're further protected by basically working the system. And what we say is, look, if over the 60 days, you've done what we've told you to do, right? And you've worked the system and you still are not making sales, and that's when the extra double money back guarantee kicks in. So hopefully that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm gonna just show you one thing here, guys. Bear with me while I just sort my monitor out here again. So this here is the page that you're going to come to when you type in the URL. Okay, you're going to come to this page here, and you'll see you've got a couple of different options. And most people are taking this one-time option because of the $491 discount that you get by virtue of taking a one-time payment. But look, if you need to get in at the payment plan level, $997 a month, then you can absolutely do that. You just take this one here. This is a secure payment platform powered by ClickBank. So you can come and pay with your credit card, you can pay with PayPal, however you want to pay. You choose an option, get started, and you're good to go, and you can be on the inside. So what I want to do now, and please, just to people that were saying to me a moment ago that they were in process, if you could go ahead and let me know if you've finished by typing I'm in. If you previously typed in process, that would be great. If you still haven't finished jumping in, but you are in the process of getting in, please just type in process again so we know where you're at. We have gone way past the 30 people that we were going to put in the Fast 30, which is great. Congratulations. We will, as long as you let us know right now that you are getting in, then we'll make sure that you get access to those Fast 30 bonuses as well. So, okay, cool. Lots of people are still in process. Just let us know once you finish that. And look, while I keep talking here, I don't want you to wait, until the end of the workshop to jump in. Just go ahead and jump in now so that we can confirm that the transaction worked okay and all that good stuff. I do have some other cool things to share with you though. So the whole point of building a business, I think, in my mind, is to give you more enjoyment, more freedom in your life. And that's certainly what Steve and I try to do in our life. And you see what that means to us here a little bit. It's comforts like, maybe traveling in business class, something silly like that, or a bigger project like having a super yacht that you'd always dreamed of. That's Steve's yacht in the picture there, or going on a safari in Africa, or even just spending time with your kids. There's a picture of me and my kids with Santa Claus, or working from the French Alps. I love the French Alps, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to just take my laptop there and work, traveling the globe, whatever it is. It could be the silliest little thing. Freedom is what you get when you build an online business that is automated, systematized, just like the Kibo Code. JB came from nothing essentially in Argentina, English as a second language. I know he had struggled in the past with traffic because it was very difficult for him to write an ad or something like that, or build a website written in English. But with what we're doing here, he can literally just take the URL of his page, paste it in to a special box, and the ad that he's using to get the traffic is automatically generated through the shopping platforms. And look at his results. I mean, he says, results in my first 2 weeks exceeded my wildest dreams. For the first time ever, I feel truly in control of my financial future. And here's another example that we went through earlier. $316 on the first day, $1,300 by day 6, $2,100 by day 30, $140,000 in a 10-week test. Most people would be pretty happy with just a fraction of that. For those of you asking about profit margin, we seem to get about a 50% net profit margin, which is fantastic. Remember, you don't have to put money down for inventory at all either. You can get started right now by going to that link that you can see on the screen there, and you'll be on the inside and ready to go. So, well, this is the other thing, and we haven't made a big deal out of this, but it really is a big deal that you can build a website and sell it for hundreds of thousands of dollars. That top one there, $921,000, 880 grand coming into your bank account from one day to the next, or 544 grand another site. These are websites that we've sold. And we're also going to give you, we haven't even spoken about this, but we're going to give you training on how you can build one of these things up, even if you want to, just with the sole purpose of selling it. Build up a simple store over the next few months and sell it for 100 grand. Then build another one if you want to. That's another strategy we'll get into. And this works for regular people. People are getting life-changing results. We've helped so many people over the years. Here are some more that we've helped. I mean, this is 100% tried and tested. You see John, Andre, these guys are crushing it with this. David, Teddy, these are real people getting real results, and there's no reason why you can't as well. Beginner friendly, says Hannah. I mean, these are, again, real people getting real results in a short period of time. It's absolutely worth it to jump in and try this, even if you've struggled in the past, because we know how to help you. Make 2020 your breakthrough year. You need to take the leap of faith if you're going to do this, though. This is not just, magic is not just going to happen all on its own, but we can stack the odds in your favor by taking you on this journey through the Kibo Code. And you can see the link on the screen there. That's where you need to go if you want to get started right now. And we'll make sure that's in the chat box for you. So what you really need to do is just make a fully informed decision. Now, we could be here talking for hours and hours and hours, and we still wouldn't be able to cover absolutely every last detail of what you get, the benefits you get of being a member of the Kibo Code. But the way that you can find that out is by getting on the inside. So I'm asking you today, not for a firm yes or no, I'm asking you to make an informed decision, and that is all. The only way that you can make that informed decision, though, is by getting on the inside. You can't make that decision on the outside. You need to get on the inside to see how everything works, see if everything is just as we said it would be on this workshop. Then if it is, you keep it. Great, good for you. And if it's not, no hard feelings. You get your money back. After you've signed up using the link, you can get in there and make that decision, but you need to put yourself in a position to make that decision. And remember, you've got no risk, whether it's 29 minutes from now, 29 days from now. If you're not happy, if you just change your mind, contact us and let us know. We'll give you an immediate refund, no hard feelings, no questions asked. You've got nothing to lose. You've got everything to gain, but you need to give yourself a chance. And the only way that you can do that is by jumping in right now. Now, it's a big investment. Clearly, it's a big investment. And I get that. It may be the biggest investment that you've been considering making in a long time, but let's just look at the facts. Access to this costs one payment of $3,497 or 4 payments of $997. So for a lot of people, you know, when you're faced with these kind of numbers, the knee-jerk reaction is just to think that you can't afford it. But that's not always true. You know, at $997, the entry point, let's say, if you want to get in a door and secure your spot, you will be able to find a way to do it. It just depends on how bad you want it. If you want it badly enough, you'll find a way. You know, let's say you just found out that you needed to pay $997 today. Otherwise, your leg was going to fall off. You would find a way to scrape together $997. So the real question is, are you willing to do what it takes to jump in? Are you willing to make this a priority? And let's not forget, not only are we giving you a 30-day, no questions asked refund period, meaning that you can change your mind anytime you want in the next 30 days and get that full refund, we're also giving you the double guarantee as well. That's how confident we are. As long as you follow the steps in the training, we know you'll be making sales well inside of 60 days. And if you're not only will we return your investment, we will double it. So we're putting you in a win-win situation. We're shouldering any risk at all. You've got zero risk, and regardless of how tight your financial position might be, you've got zero risk in jumping into this. There's only upside. As long as you follow our proven system, you cannot come out of this in a bad way. You only have upside. This is the opportunity of the decade. This, you know, you can say that this is the deal of the century even, because we are shouldering all of the risk. You can come in, test it out. You're either going to get sales, or you're going to get your money back, or you're going to get double your money back. Now, on the flip side of that, if you just do nothing, then nothing's going to change. Everything will stay the same. In fact, things don't just stay the same when you do nothing, they get worse. But you can sign up and put yourself in a position to succeed, and that is what you need to do here today. You need to find a way to get in. You can see the link on the screen there and jump in. It's okay to be afraid, but jump in anyway. Now, some people sometimes say, you know, I don't have time. And I get that. In fact, I even get that more than the financial crunch, because there are people sitting here right now, you might be one of them, who can afford this. If you want to, you know that you can do it. But what's stopping you jumping in? Is it you have some unanswered question about time, or is there some other question? If you've got another question, type it in the question box for us. But I know a lot of people are wondering about the time, and like I said, I think it's a valid thing to worry about. So money can be replenished. You know, you can be $1 down today and $1 up tomorrow. Money comes and goes. But a minute gone is gone forever. Time is only ticking away. But here's what I know about you and what I know about time. The first thing I know is that you can make time for things that are worthwhile. You are here right now, you know, an hour and a half into this workshop. So I know you have some time, but do you have enough time? Well, this is something that is only going to take 5 hours per week at the minimum to get started with. So if you can get up an extra 20 minutes earlier and go to bed 20 minutes later, or, you know, carve out 5 hours over the weekend, then you can do this. And if you can't find 5 hours per week, then it's probably not for you, and that's also fine. But I think you know by now, hopefully you know by now, hopefully you got a gut feeling as to whether or not this is right for you. If you're here, it's probably because deep down in your heart, you know that there's a better life out there. You know, there's more freedom, there's more, you know, financial freedom, time freedom, flexibility. But you have to take control and go and get it. And this is one way that you can do it, by going to the link that you see on the screen there, and we can build this business together. Now, you might need to be resourceful. You know, if you don't have, you know, don't have everything you need to get started right now, maybe you can look for a partner. The good thing about people who are resourceful is that they normally make a pretty good go of things. So if it's a struggle for you to get in, then you're probably going to be the one of the people that really nails it with this. One thing I don't want you to do is to fall into the when-then trap. Most people think in a when-then way, which is also why most people end up broke at the age of retirement. It's disastrous. So people say, hey, Aidan, when I have more time, then I'm going to start my business. But that's a bit like someone saying who's sick, saying, when I feel better, I'm going to start living healthier. It doesn't like that. It doesn't work like that, life. Or it's like saying, when I have more money, that's when I'm going to start investing. It just doesn't work like that. Action is what gets results, not waiting for everything to be perfect. In fact, talking of perfect, I do think that this is the perfect opportunity in online business right now. I've got no doubt about that. And, talking about some of the different limitations or, reasons why people might struggle, it's not time, it's not financial investment, it's not fear, it's opportunity. Most people on the planet, most 7.5 billion or however many people we are on planet Earth, most of those people are not going to see it, but you are here right now. You're one of the few people who are fortunate enough to be seeing this, but you still have to act on it. If you can squeeze 5 hours into each week, then you can do this. You don't have to do 5 hours every single week, but generally speaking, to build your business, we're going to need 5 hours from you each week. It's not a lot to ask for what you're going to get in return. And what's money good for anyway? Now, the thing about money is what people worry about is it's really not the price tag. It's what they get in exchange for the money they pay. So if you were offered a mansion, a huge mansion in a prime area, and you offered it for $997, and you knew that you thought it was worth $1 billion, then you wouldn't worry about $997. You worry about what you get in exchange for it. Actual money is just paper and coins, or just bits of data that has very little value other than what you can exchange it for. So the hope when you purchase something is that whatever you get in exchange is better than keeping your money and spending it on something else. So I know that you you need to exchange money to improve your life. We all do. That's how we all get ahead. And how can you feel more comfortable than exchanging money for the Kibo Code than for anything else? We're giving you a refund, 30-day refund money back guarantee. We're giving you a double your money back guarantee. We know for certain that we can help you regardless of your own ability, regardless of how you may have fared in the past. We know we can help you with this, because the system is simple and it's fast and it's something that you can scale. If there's something else that's stopping you investing right now, type it in the question box. I'm genuinely interested to know what it is. What can we do? What can we tell you to make you more confident here? Because I would hate you to miss out on this because you've got some unanswered question. So type what you would need to know from us in the question box right now. Type what you would need to know from us to be able to be confident in making your investment, to be able to make an informed decision. And look, while you're doing that, just remember, you're not only 100% backed up here with the 30-day refund guarantee, you're 200% backed up by our money back guarantee and the double your money back guarantee, I should say, for 60 days. We are so confident that you'll succeed with this that we've removed all the risk and put you in a no-lose situation, so that you can invest in confidence, knowing that what you have here only has upside. So let me know, are you going to jump in? If you're in the process of jumping in, type in the process. If you've got a question that I haven't answered yet, let me know, let us know so that we can answer it. You need to be able to make an informed decision here. We will be shutting this down in a few minutes time, but we need to know if you're going to jump in so you can get those special bonuses, and if you've got any other questions. So Steve, maybe you could take a few more of those questions that are rolling in there now. I've seen a few coming in the question box.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So one of the most popular ones is, how do you deal with returns? So first of all, we have to, I think, put that in context. Looks like, we're looking at somewhere around 1% or so is kind of the return number. So luckily, it's very, very low, lower than Amazon private label. and very, so you don't have to deal with a lot of them. Very simple though. Within this sort of drop shipping scenario with these suppliers, you will send the return, well, the customer will send the return directly back to the supplier. Once your supplier gets the product, they will credit you, and then you can credit your customer. So you don't have to, ever have like the risk of, kind of floating that money or anything like that. Few questions about people that don't necessarily understand drop shipping, and I totally get it. We didn't really spend a lot of time on it. And there were questions like, well, how many units do I have to buy, and how much money up front do I have to invest in inventory? The answer to that is all zero with drop shipping. You actually don't order anything from the supplier until you have an order and money from your customer. So yeah, so those questions are largely just not even applicable. Anything to do with MOQs or minimum order quantities or how much do I have to invest in inventory up front, it's all obstacles that are you completely get rid of. People are still wondering if they can do this from overseas or from outside the US. Yes, I just do want to make it clear that our model is marketing to the US market. It is possible to go to other markets, but the US market is big enough, and it's, again, the path of least resistance. And so we advertise to that market. Our suppliers are all in the United States, and we deliver all into the United States. So it makes you just get rid of all sorts of problems and limitations and areas, that could cause problems. Can I hire an outsourcer to do most of this? You could, but at first there's not going to be a lot for an outsourcer to do, to be quite honest with you. As you get bigger, there will be some, like administrative stuff and things like that for an outsourcer to do. So it might be the time to do it. So we will address that. We'll talk about it in the training, but it's not going to be in the short term because there just is not enough for someone to do. But definitely when you get to the scaling part and all that sort of thing, yeah, absolutely. People are asking about, well, I don't understand how I can possibly receive payment, and it's all built in. It's all really easy, and it applies to hundreds of countries. For the most part, everybody will be using Stripe and or PayPal. Works great. Everybody's used to using it. There are other options if those present a problem for you, but payment gateway and accepting payments is not going to be a barrier. Sales tax. I actually alluded to this before because I mentioned about how working on Amazon, it's becoming kind of a problem to deal with sales tax, and it is. And that's because Amazon forces you into this position where, well, because they have an office there, you have to collect sales tax for that state. But in this model, we don't have that. And we don't have what's called a nexus in any state of the United States except for the one that you live in, okay? So let's take, for example, someone who lives in North Carolina. If you live in North Carolina, then at some point, you are going to have to collect and remit sales tax. Now, keep in mind, this isn't an expense to you. This is simply you're collecting money for the North Carolina state government. So you don't owe it, you're not out any money, you collect it and give it to them. But anyway, at some point, if you live in North Carolina, you will have to collect sales tax on goods that you sell only to people in North Carolina. And that also won't kick in until you reach a certain revenue number, but not an overall revenue number, a revenue number just for the sales you're making in North Carolina. So all of that is to say, the sales tax issue is largely a non-event and is largely gotten rid of. You probably won't even have to worry about it for the first year that you're operating your business. And after that, you'll only have to worry about it for one state. And if you live outside the US, you don't have to worry about it at all because you don't have a nexus anywhere. So it works out really, really well.
Hey, Steve, maybe we can take some more questions in a moment. And look, I know there are a lot of still unanswered questions, but we will get to them. But what I would like to do is I would like to just recap on the system again now, one more time. So we are coming up to 1 hour 45 already. So what I thought we could do is recap on the system, and I want to give you, I want you, as I'm walking you through the different parts of the system, I want you to make a decision here, one way or another, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up, let's do something a bit fun here for a change. And this is designed to get you actively thinking about taking action, okay? So I have just made my slides a little bit smaller here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up a 15-minute timer in the side here. So we're going to close this out in 15 minutes time, and then that'll be it. So by the end of this workshop, I want you to have made a decision. I think you owe it to yourself to have made a decision if you're going to be here for 2 hours. So what I'll do is I'll give you a recap of the system. Some of you said they wanted a recap, so we'll do a recap of the system. I'll recap everything you get, and then I want you to let me know if you're going to be jumping in after that. Now, if you do jump in the next 15 minutes, I'll make sure you're getting that Fast 30 bonus pack as well, which has otherwise sold out and gone. We've had far more than 30 people jump in. So that's the deal. So I'm going to hit start on this right now, and you can see that ticking away there. So I'll do my best to sum all of this up for you. So there are 4 simple steps that we go through. The first is to install your store. You can do this at the push of a button. You're going to be using our special store template. You're going to load up your products. Again, you can do this at the push of a button. We've streamlined this for you, and you can find your products in our enormous repository. So that's simple. You turn on the traffic. We're going to show you exactly how we get the traffic and how you turn it on and launch your campaigns. And we're going to share every last little secret about this. It's an amazing traffic source that we've never shared before. You're going to make sales and profits, and you're going to keep growing. So you're going to rinse and repeat from there on out. And don't wait, by the way, guys, as I work through this, don't wait for me to finish talking to make your investment. Go ahead and make your investment just to make sure that you know it's all working before we wrap up the call here. I'd hate the end of the call to come along and you haven't jumped in and it doesn't work or something, because we won't be able to help you. So go ahead, you'll see the link on the screen. You can use that to jump in at any stage. So once you've been through those first 4 steps, it's about repeating and scaling. We've said all along that this is about speed and scale. You can build more stores if you want to, but hey, you don't even need to do that. Just have one store, add more products. Remember, one product might make you $1,000, not per month, but per day. Find more winning products, add them into your store, and you're good to go. So the Kibo Code, I'm going to give you the full overview of what you get here. It's a revolutionary and radically different system that we use to leverage e-commerce. It's different to anything that we've ever done before, anything that we've taught before, anything that we've seen before. We've really built this from the ground up by studying a Japanese system and applying it to an online store system. So Kibo means scale in Japanese, and that's the name of the game, getting you making money as fast as possible. And we're giving you everything that you need to be able to do this. So component number 1 is all of the training. We're leaving no stone unturned, giving you absolutely everything that you could possibly need to know about this. This is based on thousands of hours and years of experience in us doing it. The second component is Store Storm. This is another way that you're getting speed. You're getting speed and perfect execution at the push of a button, being able to use our setup, which is designed and proven to convert more of your visitors into buyers. You're getting all of our experience, expertise, and infrastructure wrapped up in this. And then Profit Vault, we took you for a bit of a demo through this a few moments ago. We showed you how we've got this gigantic in-house repository of millions of products. You can suck them into your website at the push of a button, and you can eliminate a lot of the boring and time-consuming work that would go into manually validating a product. In fact, it wouldn't really be viable to run this system. This is a real sort of magic bullet here. It wouldn't really be viable to run this system at scale if you didn't have a tool like this. You could go through, you could find winning products, you could do it manually, you could probably invent some process to get VAs doing it for you, assistants or something like that. But having a tool that can do it, that is invaluable. Okay, it's enormously valuable, and that's what you're getting here. And then there's the traffic black box, every last secret, everything that we know about this ultra lucrative shopping platform traffic, and a step-by-step action plan showing you how to go from 0 through to making a lot of money with this. Component number 5 is Oracle X. This is about more big shortcuts, more time savers, but not just time savers, money savers as well. Money savers and things that are going to accelerate your profits. In fact, when we apply the Oracle X tools and tricks to our stores, we actually triple the rate at which they start making money. So not only do you save money, but you make money a lot faster. We spent 8 months and over 200 grand putting Oracle X together. It's an amazing tool suite. And then we've got the 5 hand-picked products. Just one would have been plenty for everyone, but you're getting 5 unique hand-picked products from our database. And again, this is one of the reasons why we have to limit this. We can't just accept an unlimited number of people into this. We have to limit it. When you come in, you've got the benefit of knowing that you're going to have 5 unique hand-picked products. These remove the guesswork, and again, they get you making money faster. We're streamlining everything for you here. And then you get the amazing support of the Kibo Academy, a members-only community, and of course, our amazing support platform with the ability where you can email us, and Steve might answer an email, I might do it, one of our team might do it. We've got an amazing team of coaches behind the scenes who we've been helping bring up to speed on this. And then the next thing you're getting is the live event as well. So 2 days of exclusive live sessions. We're looking forward to meeting you in person, hearing about all you're doing with your business. We've got expert speakers who are going to be sharing stories with you, sharing strategies and secrets, things for doubling or tripling revenue and profits. A live event, the way it works, I don't know if you've ever been to one, but if you get one idea or one secret out of it, it makes the whole thing worthwhile. So you're going to see proven tactics to dramatically increase website traffic, growth strategies, and so much more. And you're getting these bonuses today as well. The recordings of Kibo Code Live, the secret mastermind trainings, and the 7-figure scaling secrets. And remember, this requires no prior experience. If you can just follow along, then you can do this. We've removed all of the obstacles. There are no traffic issues, very low risk, virtually zero competition. You get very high profit margins, you get rapid results, and there are no supplier headaches. And look, just one product will make you $1,000 per day. 3 products we've seen over and over again. 3 products will get us about 2.5 grand per day. You can jump in right now. You don't need to wait any longer. You can see the link on the screen there. Go to that link, get signed up, and you can get moving on this immediately. This is the perfect opportunity, period. I don't care what you're doing right now. I don't care if you've failed in the past. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you failed in the past. It doesn't matter if you've got a $1 million business already. This is something that can add more money to your business, and is something that you can use to diversify. If you're just getting started, if you've failed in the past, then use this to hit the reset button. If you failed in the past, my advice to you would be, don't keep trying to do the same thing you've always done. Do something different. This is different, and this can help you. The value here is huge. You're getting everything that you need to succeed, and we are going above and beyond in what we're giving you here. The total value comes to over $62,000 right there, and it really is a business in a box. This is unlike anything that we've put together before, and we are ready to work with you to make sure that you succeed with this. Now, a couple more things just before we wrap up here, and you can see that there's 7 minutes and however many seconds left on the side there. You could figure this out on your own, okay? That's the reality. You could figure it all out. I'm 100% certain that you could do it, but why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to go through a couple of years of trying to figure this out? Forget a couple of years. Let's say it just took you a few months. Why would you want to do it? Put yourself through all of that wasted time and energy when we are providing you with a start to finish blueprint and tools to streamline everything and make everything easy for you. This is the shortcut. We can help you. You just have to jump in and take action right now. Remember to let us know once you are in. If you've got a burning question and you're on the fence, type fence, big capital letters, fence to make it stand out, and let us know what your question is, okay? We want you to make your decision in the next 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Now, the next thing I want to say is I want to talk a little bit about the pricing paradox, because obviously price is a big deal here. Access to this opportunity, it's not cheap. I totally get that, but the best things in life are almost never cheap. They always require some effort. That might be financial effort, time effort, or both. And cheap things cheap things, they're almost never very good. So when deciding on creating the Kibo Code, we were faced with one of two choices. The first choice was to create a solution that catered to as many people in the market as possible. And you're probably familiar with this approach because it's what most people do. I mean, we could have figured out how to put together the bare minimum, maybe a glorified PDF, maybe stitch a few videos together, and we could sell it for $50 or $100, fine. But the second option we had was to not start at the price, but forget about price for a moment, focus on value. If we wanted to put every advantage we could in your favor to make sure your success was truly inevitable, to give you so much value that it would be impossible for anything other than life-changing success to turn up in your life, then what would that look like? That's how we started. But the problem with this approach is that it immediately turns off most of the market who only care about a price tag. But it gives us and the people who jump in an enormous advantage because it means we can truly engineer a one-of-a-kind solution that you can't get anywhere else from anyone else. And it's because we didn't start with, how can we build this for $50? We started with, what would it take to succeed? What could we put into this if we wanted to give people the highest possible chance of success? Now, this isn't for the hobbyist or the person who only has a slight desire to get ahead in life. This is for the serious individual. And I think if you're listening to this right now, you know who you are. This is for people who are not going to let a price tag get in the way of their freedom from a life of, same old mediocrity. Yes, what we have today here costs a little bit more than you might be accustomed to, but what we can give you back in return is a lot more. And that, in my mind, is more important. Again, you can't compare this to anything anyone has done in the past. What you're getting here is the opportunity of a decade in the world of e-commerce. We've never been this excited about anything we've seen before. You would be amazed. I could talk for hours and hours and hours about this because I am that excited about it. You'd probably get sick of hearing my voice, which would be fine, but we are super pumped up about this, okay? This can change your life, but it starts with you taking action. You have to take action. If you want to jump in and get all of these benefits I'm talking about, you need to take action. Only you can do that. You can see the link on the screen there. Of course, you could just decide to do nothing. I mean, that's the other option, just to do nothing. That's easy. Anyone can do nothing. But if you don't take the leap of faith and don't invest in the Kibo Code, then you're going to settle for what you've got right now and what you've always got. But ask yourself, do you want to get new results on a new level? Are you really happy with what you've got at the moment? You're willing to settle for that? Or would you like to build something which is amazing, something you can be proud of, something which can give you all the freedoms that you desire, financial freedom, time freedom, geographic freedom, to live life on your terms? Now, if you want to do that, if you want to build something amazing, then you need to make the investment today. Compared to the value that you're going to get, the investment is small. It really is. I mean, we've used this system to generate $70,000 in a single day, over $1 million in a single month. And we're asking you for $997 to get all of the secrets, all of the tools that we've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in building. It is genuinely an amazing opportunity. This is a chance to invest in yourself, make a real lifestyle change a priority. I've only ever seen people better off as a result of doing that. I also want you to know, and I think this is important as well, is I'm genuinely nothing special. I mean, if you consider the facts for a moment, you'll realize that. It's not that I've got some God-given gift for building e-commerce sites. I just worked my butt off for a few years. I used trial and error methods until finally I started getting results. I spent thousands studying and running campaigns, making mistake after mistake until things started working. I'm definitely not of above average intelligence. I wasn't blessed with above average skills, and I didn't have any other special advantages other than I had a really strong reason why. I had shifted to Argentina. I wasn't able to speak Spanish. I was, on a tourist visa, meaning that no company would hire me, and my options were pretty limited. It was either figure out how to make online business work or go back to New Zealand and find a day job, and I didn't want to do that. The point, though, is if you share the mindset that you can do this, And if you put your trust in us and let us help you, then I promise you that you can do this. But don't do what I did. Don't spend a couple of years, through trial and error trying to crack the code. Why would you want to do that? You can save thousands of hours of headache and heartache by exchanging a relatively small amount of money for all the secrets, all the templates, all the operating procedures, all the blueprints, all the tools, everything that you could possibly need to get this to work. But you need to take the leap of faith now. We can help you succeed. We've helped hundreds of students succeed in the past. Now it's your turn. You have to take the leap of faith if you want to do this. You deserve this. There are many knuckleheads out there who have online businesses who do really well with it. And there's no reason why you can't as well. If you're willing to work hard, then just go and do it. Get in now. We will help you do this. It's time to make a decision. Don't be afraid. It can be scary. In fact, it's okay to be afraid, but just do it anyway. Don't be afraid of what other people will think. You don't have to share this with anyone. I'm going to pause that timer for a second because I've got a little bit more to say here. But you don't have to be, you don't have to worry about what other people are thinking about your investment in this business. Why don't you just invest in the business, build the business, and then when it's making a few $100s per day, then if you want to, you can tell your friends and family about it. It's okay to be afraid, but jump in anyway. Ask yourself, what happens if you don't do this? If nothing changes, then nothing changes. You need to initiate change. Only you can do that. Otherwise, another year will slide by. 2020, we're almost 10% of the way through 2020. The good news is that there's 90% of the year left. There's still a big chunk of year left. And the even better news is that with the Kibo Code, you can be seeing results in a matter of weeks. In fact, once you've got your store up, in a matter of hours, you can be seeing sales coming in. That's the speed we're talking about. Of course, if you don't do anything different there, then this year, then another year is going to slide by. But people who come into this program are going to have the opportunity to prosper, to work with us. So ask yourself as well, what's the worst that could happen here? There really is no downside. Don't let fear cripple you. Don't let your fear define your life. It's okay to be afraid, but do it anyway. There are just 4 simple steps that you need to take and you can get started. Now, don't forget, we've got a complete 100% money back guarantee. You've got 30 days to test this out, and we've got our double your money back guarantee as well, okay? But there are a few limitations. We can only take a small number of people in because of the time that it takes to coach people. We can only take a small number of people in because we are giving 5 exclusive products to each member. So we have strict maximum limits here. We start on Friday. We've got a firm time deadline that we need to stick to. We've got no plans to reopen. We've not reopened any of our last 7 major training programs. This is not going to be any different. This is how you get in. You've got 2 different options. You go to the link on the screen there. You've got the one-time payment of $3,497 or the split payment plan of $997. Go ahead, jump in right now, and we'll see you on the inside. You've got 0 risk. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. You've also got the 60-day double your money-back guarantee, whereby if you follow our training, if you follow our steps exactly as we show you how to do it, we know that you're going to be making money. We know that you're going to be making sales. And if you're not, we're going to double your money back. I don't know what else we can possibly do to show how confident we are in our ability to get you making money, regardless of your track record, regardless of how confident you are in your own ability. So guys, now is the time to make your decision. I don't think there's anything else I can really say here. We would love to have you with us, but you need to take the leap of faith if you want to jump in, and we're ready to work with you on the inside. So Steve, any last minute questions? We do have a couple more things to do here. We are going to give away $1,250, and we are going to give a free gift away as well. But before we do that, any final questions there? Anyone on the fence that we need to talk to there, Steve?
There's just one thing that just keeps coming up about these 5 products. People just don't really understand the value of it, and they're confused about them. So I just want to see if I can just explain it very, very quickly. We basically made it our business to put together a smaller database. We've talked a lot about our 3 million products and all that kind of stuff. That's our big database of products, and life is good, and they're all great. That's not to say that they're not great products. But we made it our business to say, look, we're going to put together a subset of that and make sure that everybody that joins us gets 5 products that they're just no-brainers that are going to knock it out of the park. And when you're using our software and you go in and you take a look at what products are available and you grab your 5, they are just for you. Nobody else is going to be having those. When you grab them and you put them, in fact, you can't put them back once you grab them. So you grab them and they're yours, and nobody else is going to be able to deal with them. So yeah, that's, I think, one of the biggest things that I've been seeing that people have been asking me about.
Okay. Someone asked what the support email is, so I'll put that in the question box here, or if you could put that in there for me, Steve. If you've got that, copy and paste that in there.
The overall chat box.
Yeah, overall chat box. Yeah, that's the one. And in the meantime, we are going to give away $1,250 on this workshop. So I'm going to look through.
I've got the winner already.
Okay, cool. You're one step ahead. So who is the lucky winner, Steve?
So the winner is Steve Ashalou, and he knows why he's the winner. So I've got his email, and we're all set.
Fantastic. Good stuff. So you've got his email. We're good to go. There it is, the lucky winner. And we said we had a special gift, but just before I give that to you, I do want to ask the question. Before we started that 15-minute timer, I said, make a decision one way or another. So let me know, are you in? Where are you at with that? If you've gone ahead and jumped in, let me know that you're in. If you're in process but haven't jumped in yet, this is your last chance just to type process in the question box, and we'll make sure that we add you to the Fast 30 bonuses. Look, we look forward to working with everyone on the inside. Thank you for being here with us here today. We have got a special gift. I'll put that on the slide right now. You can see the link there. That's the link for the special gift. You can go ahead and download that, or go ahead over to that page and check out and see what it's all about. It's actually a video of Steve sharing some pretty important information that I think is going to be hugely valuable to you in the year ahead. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for being here today. For those of you who have jumped in, really looking forward to working with you. If you haven't jumped in yet but want to jump in, this is the link that you can go to. You can see it on the screen there. Take a photo of that. We will be shutting the doors down when we hit capacity, and then the link will stop working. As long as you get in, if you get in today, we'll make sure that you are part of that Fast 30 pack. So we'll figure out a way that we can restructure things, and we'll make sure you're part of that Fast 30 so you get those bonuses as well. So that's it from us, guys. Thanks for being here, and we will talk again soon. Bye for now.